Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? Okay, so before anything else, I will introduce myself first. My name is Miss Alfayame K. Nano, and I am going to be your math teacher for this SEM. Okay, so the first topic that I am going to discuss is all about history of mathematics. So, there are a lot of subtopics under history of mathematics. So, the first one is primitive counting. So, here is our objectives. First is we will discuss how notches were used as tally marks and give an examples of a group of people doing it. Second is discuss how a quipo was used in the number of recording of the Incas of Peru. Part 1 is the beginnings. So class, the first period is what we call the prehistoric times, or also known as pre-literary history. So in this time class, or in this period, this is the human history between the use of the first stone tools by hominids. So the prehistory class refers to the period before people kept written records, and this is also called as Stone Age. So this Stone Age is typically broken into 3 distinct periods. So here are the 3 distinct periods. The first one is the Paleolithic period, or what we call the Old Stone Age. The second one is the Mesolithic period, or what we call the Middle Stone Age. Lastly, the Neolithic period, or what we call the New Stone Age. Class, you might wondering nganong ako ni siyang gidiscuss today. Nganong gidiscuss ni ma'am kaninga part nga wala man unta ni siya sa objectives nato karon. Well, ako ni siyang gidiscuss, it's because in this part you can learn something of it. And also in this part, this is related to the topic that I've mentioned a while ago. So if you listen carefully, you can get what I mean, okay? Okay, so let's proceed. So in this juncture class, we will now discuss our first objective, which is to discuss how notches were used as tally marks, and we will give an examples of a group of people doing it. So before anything else class, I have here a question. What is notches and tally marks? So first things first, we will define first the definition of the two. Okay, so what is a notches? So a notches, it is a bone tool handle called the Ishango bone, and also it is an oldest mathematical artifact still in existence, and it was discovered in 1950. The bone also is 10 centimeters long, and it is a piece of quartz for writing, and the bone has a series of notches carved in the groups. So it is a kind of tally marks also to be found to record counts all over the world. So that is the definition of a notches. So if I am going to explain this, notches is a bone tool that is called the Ishango bone. And then if you can see an Ishango bone, you can see a tally marks, because notches is just like a tally marks. Okay, but notches is referring to a bone, and that is the Ishango bone, diba? And it says here that the bone is 10 centimeters long, so 10 centimeters daw siya katasa. Okay, so class, don't worry, because I am going to discuss this further in the next slides. Okay, okay, so let's go to the next. Tally marks. So what is the tally marks? So it is the unary numeral system, and it is used for counting, and the symbol for this is this one, kanisha mo na siya symbol, and it is used to denote the value of 1. A quick way also of keeping track of numbers in groups of 5. So every 5th mark is drawn across the previous 4 marks. Again, I am going to discuss this thoroughly in the next slides. Okay, so please bear with me and listen carefully. So, this is the picture of Ishango bone or notches. And this is also the picture of a tally marks. Okay, class, we will talk furthermore about Ishango bone. Okay, so Ishango bone or this bone is over 20,000 years old. It shows how ancient people used tally marks instead of numbers to keep track. So class, try to imagine this Ishango bone or this bone is 20,000 years old. Unsa na siya kadugaya, unsa na siya ka old bone gyud, diba? And class, this bone is just not a bone. It's because this bone is a very useful bone nga gigamit sa mga ancient people sa una. Okay? So this is just not a bone nga kanang dulaan or kanang pangit-pangiton sa iro. Okay? So this is not a bone nga pareha ato. Okay? Okay. Are you ready to learn how notches were used as tally marks? Okay, class, so I have here again the picture sa Ishango bone. Okay, so if you will take a look at it closer sa Ishango bone, makakita mo og mga tally marks. Okay, just don't mind first sa mga numbers or kanang row A, row B, row C, ayo sa na ninyo i-mind. Lantawa sa minaayo ang mga tally marks nga naa sa Ishango bone. Okay, because next slide ani ako i-explain together sa mga numbers o kaning row A, row B, o row C. Okay, so just observe properly. Okay? Okay, class, please bear with me and observe the explanation carefully. Okay, let's start. The markings on rows A and B add to 60. Please take a look at the picture. Sa picture, na ay row A, na apoy row B nga inyong makita. Right? Okay. Under row A is na ay mga numbers. Na ay number 9, 19, 21, ug 11. Again, balik ta sa akong giingon ganina nga the markings on rows A and B add to 60. So, if atong i-add ni nga mga numbers under row A sa ata, under row A, dapat siya mo come up of 60. Okay. So, we will add 9 plus 19 plus 21 plus 11 is equals to 60. Am I right? Okay. So, it will come up to 60. So, 60 na ang sa row A. So, check to. Let's go now sa row B. Row B is naadya po yung mga numbers. Ang mga numbers sa row B are 19, 17, 13, and 11. So, ato na siya i-add also. Okay, we will add again. So, 19 plus 17 plus 13 plus 11 is equals to 60 Japon. Okay? Nagets ra ba? Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. Row A is quite consistent with a numeration system based on 10, since the notches are grouped as 20 plus 1, 20 minus 1, 10 plus 1, and 10 minus 1. Okay, so let's take a look at sa picture. Kabantay mo sa Ishango bone is by group siya, meaning naa siya tally marks and gibay group siya. Diba? Kita mo? Okay. So, first group is this one, under 11. Okay? Naa siya sa row A ha, naa siya sa row A. So, sa 11, naapoy 11 kabuok nga tally marks. Okay? So, if inyo siyang ilantaw o dool, makalantaw jud mo sa tally marks nga 11 jud na siya kabuok. Okay. So, this 11 will answer sa pangutana nga 10 plus 1. Okay? So, 11. Okay? Next is 21. Again, same procedure because 20 plus 1 is equals to 21. and the next is 19, it's because 20 minus 1 is 19 and the last one is 9 because 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay? Gets? Okay. Okay, so the last one is row C. Row C seems to illustrate for the method of duplication by multiplying by 2. Okay, so let's go back to the picture again. Let's focus sa row C. Sa row C is daghan kaayong mga numbers. So each number kay ato na siyang i-multiply by 2. Okay. So 3 times 2 is equals to 6. Mo nang naa siya 6 dinhi. Gets? Mo na siya gitawag og duplication. Duplication meaning naa siya kauban. Okay? Mo na siya meaning ana. Proceed. 4 times 2, 8. Okay? Gets? Okay, okay. So, mo na siya gibuot pasabot sa row C seems to illustrate for the method of duplication multiply by 2. Okay. Gets? Okay, class. Let me remind you that kanisha is just an example. Okay? Meaning, pwede pa ni siya mausob. Like, pwede pa mausob ang mga numbers. Okay? Kaning mga numbers nga na dinhi, pwede ra jud ni siya mausob. Depende sa situation nga ginahatag. Okay? Kaning nga situation is just my example, is just my way para makasabot mo. Okay? Are we clear? Okay, go. Okay, class. So this is how notches were used as tally marks. Okay? Understand? Okay, so let's proceed. Give an examples of a group of people doing it. So, ang mga people nga gabuhat ato is called Homo sapiens and Congolese people. So, these two group of people are the one who used the notches as tally marks. Okay? Okay. In this juncture, we will now discuss the second objective, which is to discuss how a kipo was used in the number of recording of the Incas of Peru. So, what is kipo? We will define first what is a kipo. Kipo are knotted cords that were used in Incan Empire for record keeping and narrative telling. Some of the larger kipo have as many as 1,500 strings. The various color shades used could also carry a specific meaning, and the system consisted of a main cord from which a variable number of pendant cords were attached. Okay, so now, are you ready to learn how a kipo was used in the number of recording of the Incas of Peru? Okay, so class, I have here a picture, and this picture is referred to the kipo. Okay, so just remember class that each rope of the kipo has a knot. Okay, so kaning nga knot is kaning naa sa tunga, kaning nga murag gitay gani siya. Okay? So, this is the first tie. Giikausa ra siya pag tie. Okay? Can you see? Okay? So, the second is giikadua siya pag tie. Okay? Sa ikatulo po lantawa minaayo class ha. Just take a look at closer na lang para makakita jud mo kung giunsa. Okay? Then sa 4 kay gikaupat, then gikalima pag tie, kaunom, ikapito, walo, siyam. Okay? Okay, so I have here again a picture sa kipo, and this time na may makita nga mga numbers. It's because ako ni siyang gituyo para mag-guided mo, and then this will be the example kung giunsa ang kipo paggamit as number of recording of the Incas of Peru. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, class, please listen carefully sa explanation, okay, para makagets mo. Okay. A kipo is made up of main cord which has other cords or branches tied to it. So, ang main cord sa kipo is kanina sa pinakataas. Okay? Okay. A knot could indicate a number from 1 to 9 by the turns of string within a knot. Okay? So, every cord or every knot kay naa na siya number nga indicated. Okay? So makita ninyo, lantawa sa picture ha. Sa usa ka cord ha, naa siya number 6, 5 and 8. Okay? So 6 naa po siya 6 ka buok nga gitay. Okay? So mo ni siya usa ka knot. Okay. Usa na siya ka knot. Ikaduha nga knot kaning nasa 5, ikatulo kaning nasa 8. Okay? Gets? Okay, so let's proceed. These knots and their clusters convey numerical information. So every knot, as what I've said a while ago, every knot is na numerical information, which is, for example, this first knot is na numerical information nga number 6. Okay, next is naa siya number 5 and naa siya number 8 and so on and so forth. Okay? Okay, so each pendant cord contained clusters of knots. Okay, so did you understand? Don't worry, I will explain again. Okay? Okay. Okay, so today, I want everybody to listen carefully to me para makasabot mo. Okay? So, I will start. Okay. So, in this picture, if inyong lantawon, na ako'y gihatag nga examples with numbers and also letters. Okay? So, sa letters A to E, kay naa siya designated assigned numbers. So, sa letter A is na ay 38, sa letter B na ay 273, sa letter C na ay 258, sa D 89, ug sa E na ay 658. Okay, so this time, gamugna ako og equation. So, ang equation nga naa dinhi nga akong gimugna is A plus B plus C plus D is equals to E. Okay? So, if ato na siyang i-refer sa numbers, mahimo na siya 38 plus 273 plus 258 plus 89 is equals to 658. Okay? So, is there any questions before I proceed? Wala ra? Okay, so, let's proceed. Okay. So, magkita ninyo sa kipo nga naay mga chords. Okay. So, first chord, ang nabilong nga letter ana is ang letter E. And ang number nga assigned sa letter E is 658. That's why, ang pinakauna nga makita ninyo sa first chord is 6. And second number is 5. And the last number is 8. Okay? So, that is only for the letter E. Okay? Next chord is for letter D, which is naay 89. So, munang naay 8 pinakauna, naapoy 9 sa ikadua. And that is only for the letter D. Okay? Next chord is for C, for the letter C. Okay? So, the letter C is 258 muna naay 2, naay 5, o naay 8. And the next chord also is for only letter B nga naay 273 muna naay 2, naay 7, naay 3. And the last chord is para sa A, okay? Which is 38 muna naay 3 ug naay 8. Okay? Understand? Okay. So let's proceed. Okay, class. So nabantayan ba ninyo nga gibinagsa ra jud siya? Like every knot is naa siya designated number depende sa given, di ba? So magdepende ra jud siya sa given nga gihatag. So dili siya pwede nimo like sa usa ka knot dito nimo ibutang ang 658. Okay? Kay sus ko balid yung dugayan ninyo mahuman og butang og kanimo ra gid pang tay dinhi og 658 ka buok. Sige ko no, 'di ba? So kapoy jud daghan jud kaayo mo nang ang purpose sa kipo is giingon ani niya mo ni iyahong ways. Okay? So iyang gibinagsa. Okay, class? Kasabot ra ba? I do hope so nga nakasabot jud mo. Please lang, no? Okay, so again, each chord has a knot. Okay, and each knot has a designated or indicated number from 1 to 9. Okay, understand? Okay. So class, that's how a kipo was used in the number of recording of the Incas of Peru. I do hope nga nakasabot jud mo sa ako ang explanation kaganina. Okay? Okay, so is there any questions, clarifications, or what? Okay, so I think wala. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. And I do hope nga naamoy na sabtan sa discussion for today. Okay? So God bless us all. Goodbye.